So then we are back with more understandings from the time of the Second Tabernacle services, where we find the Aramaic English translation of the word. This translation comes from the original manuscripts of the prophets of the Israelic lineage, so then we can understand the time of the end. As per Yishmael the prophet, we find layers of understanding of the spring feast, the Autumn feast, and also the returning of the cities of the Messiah laid waste for many centuries. As we read in Yishmael the prophet, we always ask questions because it is important then having a proper understanding of these holy prophecies, because it is many of these prophecies related with the reflection of the Torah, or then the reflected prophecies of the shadow prophetic events coming in the near future. So then it was explained before many times that the sons of Yishmael, or then the Arab nations known as the Islamic people, they are joining up and they are gathering forces. And as far as the holy instructions, we find then Daniel the prophet, extremely important prophecy, because we read then in Daniel the 11th chapter, the verses 8 and 9, we find then Egypt being then the center point of the gathering of the Slamic State. How do we find this information true? Obviously, when we read the holy instructions as Daniel, these prophecies are reflected. Now, they are prophecies that had taken place in a literal sense, and prophecies related with the reflection. And we are during the time of the reflected prophecies, because we are during the time of the restoration period. So then, let me give you an understanding as far as what this means. The prophecies themselves are the substance of the prophecies themselves, and we already have the information as far as the 1,000 years of the Messiah, it's already gone, and the 1,000 years of Nahashatan. Each of them was given then 1,000 each, and the prophecies and whatsoever the prophets mentioned as far as prophecies, the substance of these prophecies, they already had taken place. We are then during the time of the reflected prophecies, because we are during a time of the restoration period, and restoring what was is nothing new. So then, when we read the holy instructions, we find then the thronging of the Slamic State. Try to understand, the Islamic State, they are a group, a militant group, and they are going to be gathering in Egypt as per the instructions. As far as what we read in the newspapers and also on the internet or the local papers, you find them thus far, the Islamic State, they are very fragmentary. But the holy instructions are giving us the answers as far as the rendezvous place in Egypt. So absolutely, certainly sure, 100%, the sons of Yishmael at some point in the very near future, they will gather in Egypt. That's why then the reflected instructions or the prophecies are for us. Then we can understand the movements of these armies in the Middle East. Now, today came out a very important information, and the Reuters, extremely important worldwide newspaper from Great Britain. You find then the Islamic State has joined up with the Boko Haram of Nigeria. So it's already giving you glimpses of what's coming in the future as far as this group gathering in Egypt. So the Holy Creator has not left the planet, neither the Gentiles, neither his own people, without instructions. Each of us, we have our duties and we have our orders. The point is, how obedient are we going to be when we receive our orders? So then, as far as the Daniel, the 11th chapter, we are explaining then sections of what China then is leading, obviously, the world's market. And China is recuperating its place because there was a very short period of the shrinking of their economy, but they are recuperating momentum, and they are obviously even more influential in the world. There are many telephone companies in the United States. They are obviously updating their systems, and they are creating new software, new ways of gathering data and information, and ultimately the objective of these updating is for the new system of purchases via computers and telephones, as China is doing at the moment. So then, the only situation yet left is the situation of taxes. Taxes are going to be a big problem. Next time I'm going to evaluate more the situation, because as the new system becomes even more sophisticated and updated, making it easier for people to buy with the telephones and then computers and many other ways of purchases, using either the local money or then the virtual monetary systems, there is a way of gathering taxes from these systems. However, they're going to start joining up with the freighters to use their data as ways of receiving taxes. I'm going to explore these next time. Please stay tuned. Much more coming up.